Ealer. I'm out here in Denver, Colorado for the week, but I'm still want to try to get a forecast out today. I'm having a little more luck with my computer today. It's a little bit smaller monitor and setup, so hopefully you can see all this. Um, but at least my audio problems are solved. This is the water vapor loop at the mid levels showing that flow that at the mid levels flowing like this. And you got this flow northwest going upwards out and outwards and broad cyclonic turning, and also high pressure out here, which is ultimately bringing warmer conditions, hot conditions to the west. As far as the long wave infrared, which shows higher colder cloud tops, a little bit slow to load here. We have very short waves moving through the flow, as indicated by the mid levels, right? And you see the different convection associated with that, and maybe surface low developing out here in the Gulf, Western Atlantic along the southeast coast. Not likely to be tropical in nature. Uh, Likely heavy rainfall ongoing in these areas and in the desert southwest and maybe along the northwest coast. Looking back at the visible satellite, because I'm on the west coast, I can actually see this a little bit. Not the west coast, Midwest. I'm in Mountain Time, so it's 6:13 in the morning right now. Anyway, this is we see the enhanced convection off the coastline here. If you overlay that with the radar, see what I'm talking about. Where the convection is here in the Midwest, northern plains, all the way down into the Gulf Coast. Uh, Scattered convection, and along the east coast here as well, and the desert southwest. Although there's not a lot going on really. I mean, when you look at this, so that's good. And you have what looks like a broad cyclonic turning down there off the coast of Florida. Let's look at the upper levels here. See what we're looking at. Looks like a short wave moving through the flow here. All kind of different short waves and different impulses moving through the flow, which is enhancing convection today. See if I can get this to work. We have your 500 millibar flow here, and you can see there's a split flow. This is a European model showing the split flow right now. Broad cyclonic flow here, right? But you also have some more cyclonic motion way up here. But see what I'm talking about? We still got northwesterly winds here at the mid levels and westerlies up here. Move over time. That low kind of hangs out in the eastern part of the U.S. Another short wave digging through the flow here, rotating around, driving southward. That's what's going to be driving our sensible weather for the eastern part of the U.S. For the good portion of the first week of September. And along the west coast here, you have high pressure, the western part of the U.S., high pressure building in, hot temperatures building into the Intermountain West and Northwest and West Coast in the next 7 days. Well, what are the current hazards for today? Well, right now, this is as of 11:20 UTC, September 1st. We have flood watches down here in Texas. dense fog with a lot of moisture as a result of rainfall. Some flood watches here in the plains. My states need some work here, and then you can see what I was talking about earlier with the heat building back into the west, northwest. You have red flag warnings, heat advisories, extreme heat watch, and in parts of California, you have a heat advisory as well. So that trend's just going to continue and build up into the north here over time. Right. So as far as temperature anomalies, this gives you a good idea visually, like the departure from average with temperatures in the continental U.S. starting at 06Z today. You can see where the warmest temps are here up into the well, um, anyway, warmest temps all the way up into Canada, right? But and most of the U.S. is below normal. You can see some temperatures almost 20 degrees below normal in the Northeast today. Moving this through time, let's take a look here. See the darker blues and the brighter oranges. You have that low pressure still in most of the U.S. and then the Northwest in the western part of the U.S. and circling back, kind of going back over the northern tier with that split flow, at least temporarily. Over time, you get into the 2nd September, 3rd. You see where the darker blues and lighter colors are. You see the cooler temps building back in central Canada again and getting really hot again in the northwest. And you see temperatures building back in that are below normal in northern Canada and Canada, building southward here. You can see where the darkest blues are for most of the period and building back in again on the 5th. I'm getting slightly above normal for a few days in the south and along the east coast. You can see the sharp cold front building southward here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So, be a cold front moving this way, right? So you can see how the temperatures are changing, right? So big cool down on the way. But it looks like for the southeast, cold front is really not going to get as far south as we would like. And we'll explore that in a little bit of the longer range, 6 to 10 day time prediction center outlook at 1814 today next. Here is the climate prediction center latest as of yesterday, showing the temperatures probabilities above or below normal from the 6th through the 10th of September. And you have cool and normal light temperatures likely in this area here. You see in the deep south, good chance of being above normal all the way into the west here. We go a bit further out, warming up for a good portion of the nation as I trough to the south of the east. And precip follows suit really here where this trough is. And it's going to be a deep trough that kind of builds this way. and bring moisture back up, right? And so the warm temperatures will remain, and likely being drier than normal, where the darker colors are, like the brown, deep browns, and the darker greens, lighter, darker greens, better, more chances, getting closer to higher chances of above normal precip, where the bullseye is out here. So when we look at the 8 to 14 day temperatures, see what's happening, like I showed you. Then you go to the precip, same thing. Got the trough here. This way, right? It's going to lift out, but this kind of flow could potentially bring rounds of heavy rainfall to the southeast if this plays out. In that same vein about the rainfall and temperatures, I want to go over the excessive rainfall outlook for the next 3 days, along with the where the most precip is expected to occur here. So they want excessive rainfall in the plains down into parts of the desert Southwest, southern Texas, Tennessee, and eastern coast of Florida. In the desert Southwest again, and along the California mountains there, right? And interesting area right there, New Mexico, Arizona, and then to the upper Midwest. And a bullseye here, just east of the Mississippi River, surrounded by another marginal risk, and into the Florida Peninsula. Really, excessive rainfall chances are relegated on day 3, which is um, the 3rd, which is Wednesday, still in the desert Southwest in the parts of California, Nevada, New Mexico, um, Arizona, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, into Canada, again in Florida Peninsula. So this is a cumulative precipitation outlook for the next 168 hours, which is 5 days out. So you see where the most precip is. The darker, the brighter colors really indicating, like when you get towards oranges and browns, that's a heavy rainfall, right? So we go through time here. This is valid September 3rd, 8 a.m. This is cumulative precip. See where the most precip is expected up into Canada, into Great Lakes area, upper Midwest, um, lower Mississippi Valley, east of the Mississippi River, really, and then the plains, and of course in Florida, where that frontal boundary is just hanging out there, right? Really, most of the majority of the rainfall is really going to be in Canada, then off the coast here, and then eastern Florida, and maybe like we're looking at in the outlook, southern Texas and like the Appalachians here, and into the Northeast and Midwest, upper Midwest, and Central Plains region, and other areas just general rainfall, but um, overall, not expecting a lot of heavy rainfall events, with only a slight risk we have. Severe weather, day 1, which is today through tomorrow. General thunderstorms, no um, severe focus, severe outlook today. Tomorrow, we have a marginal risk up here in the upper Midwest, northern high plains, mostly driven by hail and wind threat. Day 3, which is Wednesday, as that front starts to push to the south here. Marginal risk in the central part of the U.S. And if we look at the overall day 1 through 8 overview, no real focused areas severe weather. Marginal risk at best through day 8. So doesn't look like severe weather is going to be really something that's going to be a headline for a little while. Although we expect to increase as we get further towards the end of the summer season. All right, so briefly, I'm going to go over the tropics real quickly here. I got to get rolling this morning. So this tropical wave is moving to the east here. Now has a 40% chance of developing in the next 7 days. We have plenty of time to watch this, and so it's getting towards the peak of the hurricane season. So once I get back to my regular computer at home, I will elaborate more on this starting on Thursday morning. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you all have a great day, and